If there's one thing I took away from the Maze Runner, the Scorch Trials, is that it's taking the same direction as the Divergent series is taking. You have no idea what in the Sam hell is going on. The Maze Runner, the Scorch Trials. So the Maze Runner, the Scorch Trials is the sequel to the Maze Runner. It's the second part of the Maze Runner trilogy, because there's going to be another one. Because if you watch this movie, at the end of the movie, it sets up like, hey guys, next year, please come back to the theaters because we have a new film coming, just like how the first one did for this one. The first Maze Runner really surprised me because I wasn't expecting much from it. It's not a great film, but I definitely had a fun time with it. It was surprising because, you know what, there was actually a lot of good stuff that came out from the film. So I was excited for Maze Runner, the Scorch Trials, and I gotta say I'm really disappointed with this sequel. Before I get into the negatives of the film, let's talk about the positives of the film. And I gotta say, the acting in this film from everybody was great. Dylan O'Brien as Thomas, I feel like yet again he gave a good performance. You really like him as the lead. You follow him behind. You're like, okay, I buy it. This guy's actually trying to lead this group. And the guy who plays Gustavo Fring from Breaking Bad is in the movie. I felt that he actually did a good job in the film. I felt though he was kind of underutilized. He should have been used a little bit more, but he was good in the movie. Also too, the action in this film is done way better than it was in the first one, because the first one was just them running around. So I was like, okay, I understand there's kind of like explosions. I wasn't expecting that, but the action was done better in this film. There was a lot of great uses of the cinematography. There was great shooting shots. And also, I really liked that the film was so different from the first one, because if you watch the first film and you watch this film, you're like, whoa, these are two totally different films. You know, they have the same characters and everything, but they're just so different. I was like, okay, I like that. And as for the positives, that's where it kind of ends. The negatives about the film is that the film is just all over the place. Because while the action has improved from the first film, the story is just very messy in this film. What is the main goal? What is the main purpose of this? It's just a bunch of scenes of the characters just walking around. And I understand there's a third film coming. I don't know why I did this, but there's a third film coming, so they got to set it up. And a lot of times from the film, it feels like it's filler. Because from the first film, you were really interested in the story. You're like, oh man, I'm really intrigued. What is behind this? You know, the mystery that was in the first film. And in this one, that mystery is gone. And you're like, I'm not that interested in the story. And 20 minutes could have been easily cut off from this film, because there's a lot of unnecessary scenes and a lot of expositional dialogue that did not need to be there. And I'm not saying this film is terrible or awful. It's not. Actually, if I saw the film again, I wouldn't kill myself. It's not that bad. It's not even bad at all. It's very disappointing. And it's just pretty generic. So overall, The Maze Runner, The Scorch Trials is a pretty disappointing film. I wanted this film to be even better than the first film, if not just as good. But unfortunately, there's a lot of problems with the film. And it's like, oh man, it's going in the same direction as like Divergent, where you just don't care anymore what's going to happen to the characters. So I'm going to give The Maze Runner, The Scorch Trials a solid C. It's not a terrible film. If you're a Maze Runner fan and you were a fan of the first film, of course, you've probably already seen it. But if you're still debating, wait, should I go check out this movie? I don't recommend checking out this movie. It's not something you have to go out to see. But if you're a Maze Runner fan, I don't think you should see this movie either. It's not as good as the first film, which is unfortunate. So guys, that's my review for The Maze Runner, The Scorch Trials. What did you guys think of the film? Did you guys like it, or did you find it disappointing like how I did? Please let me know in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching my video, and as always, ladies and gentlemen, have a nice day.